Hey guys, Victoria here, and welcome to the Geeky Sandbox. So the Marvel TV show recaps continue, but this time with Ironheart. At the top of the video, I'm just going to say I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. It's just something really nice about kind of being able to sink your feet back into just the world of Marvel and just kind of seeing that things are bigger than New York, than California. Like, we're in the heart of Chicago right now, and I love this. Dominic Thorne did an amazing job as Riri in this episode. She really embodies the things that Riri stands for, and just in general, that idea of wanting something better for yourself, but you're not quite sure how to get there. If you are sure how to get there, it's just slightly out of reach. So I like that they play with that idea and explore that idea of she knows that she's kind of dabbling into something that's not really ethical or legal, but she feels like it's a necessary evil to be able to become great. A lot of time throughout the episode mentions Tony Stark and just his influence in the field and how she looks up to him, but there is a slight bit of like, man, like, I am no Tony Stark because I don't have the money he has. And she's never comparing herself regarding his smarts or like what he did for New York and just the earth in general. I don't have the funds to do what he did, but I do want to continue his legacy. So I do like how they balance her having this admiration for Stark, but it's not all about him. So the episode kind of opens up with Riri getting kicked out of MIT. She gets expelled, and they hint at that there have been several mishaps where they obviously found out that she was completing projects for other students and they were paying her for them. And Riri just begs to stay because she's in desperate need of funds to build her new suit. We see her interacting with people in her neighborhood, how her neighborhood looks up to her, like she's the girl that got out, and they're kind of making fun of her now that she's back and they're calling her Iron Chick and things like that. And so she kind of does the walk of shame with her busted suit that she did steal from MIT, but they shut it down. I do like that we get a really good look at the interface of her suit and just where she gathers her inspiration from. But also, like, she has her own little built-in AI companion, and I think that he is so precious and super cute and must be protected when she's able to rework him, because right now he is owned by MIT. So when her suit shuts down and, like I said, she's doing the walk of shame, she kind of has this moment of like, I really don't want to go back into my house right now, because she knew her mom's gonna let her have it. Her mom does say something that's very similar to what Pepper says to Stark, which is like, you're building your own death suit, like you're trying to hurt yourself with this. And so I like those parallels of like geniuses that they have to tinker, they have to build something bigger than themselves and do something bigger than themselves. All of that to say, of course, she finally meets Anthony Ramos's Hood. We get the scene from the trailer where they kind of put her through a test and recruit her to join the team. He's even willing to pay her to join the team because he knows some of the stuff they're doing is pretty illegal, where it comes from stealing from the rich, which, yes, he's the rich, but like some of the other things they're doing is a bit corrupt, and how they get there is a bit questionable. But Riri is just like, you know what? I'm kind of in over my head, but I think I might do this. So Riri starts building the suit that Parker is going to need for their upcoming heist. And we do get a creepy look behind what exactly he's paying, the cost he's paying to wear this hood. We see the veins going up through his back. There's a lot of emotion and unresolved conflict between Riri and her mom now that Riri is living back at home. As we know, her stepdad Gary had a huge influence in her life. She talks about him a lot within Wakanda Forever, and obviously he meant a lot to her mother. So that's going to be a lot to unpack. They have to learn to live together again and know that they can't tiptoe around conversations regarding her stepdad Gary and her best friend Natalie. We also get some really good flashbacks from her best friend Natalie, who at this point we're not quite sure what happened to Natalie. She builds her own AI companion, and it is a version of her friend Natalie, and she's very shocked that it worked. She didn't think it would work. I don't even know if it was something she was trying to do, but I like that we have this moment of shock where she's just, I can't believe I've actually created something like this. Some of the Easter eggs in this episode, we do get some Avengers shout outs and character shout outs. She does say, you know, she's wanting to be bigger than Pym, bigger than Stark. Shout out to Natalie talking about having a knight with Thor and his hammer, which is really funny. We have the return of Professor Wilkes, who we last saw in Captain America Civil War. He was trying to convince Tony Stark to provide some of the grant money to MIT. Someone told me about this one, but the student ID that Riri gives her AI system, Trevor, is a nod to her first appearance in the original comics, Invincible Iron Man number 7, 30216RW, March 2nd, 2016. We also have Stuart Clark, aka Rampage, who is played by Eric Andre in this series, and as we know, Stuart Clark is a massive tech wizard who obviously, as he said repeatedly in this episode, prefers to go by Rampage, but he worked as tech support for the Punisher. But yes, guys, that's all I have for you right now. I'm going to try to get this first episode edited down. I hope you're watching Ironheart. Be sure to check it out on Disney+. And yes, I will be talking to you guys soon.